Good afternoon. It is January 22nd, 2021, and here's what we were looking at for today. This is a trend day, upward trend, stayed within the overnight highs and lows. As you can see overnight, here, let me get the crosshairs off. As you can see overnight, we had a big leg down, and really today just looks like it was like a correction. And kind of making the past few days just kind of a range, past couple days. So, we had trends within this upward trend. We had this big leg down that you could have gone short in. And then we had this range towards the end of the day that had a lot of good entries, as you can see, or at least entries that I like. Some aggressive trades, but even some of these aggressive trades I like a lot. So let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, and a lot of these trades are off the trend line. Once we make these, once the prices bounce down here, you can draw this trend line, and then you would have had a lot of good moves off the trend line over here. So let's take a look at these. So 5 o'clock, that's when people on the west coast of the United States are supposed to start trading according to Mack's rules. We get this around here, what is that, 3:30 Pacific time. We get this prices are getting, they're being accepted. They're not going lower than this level. Prices kind of hang around, but they're staying below the EMA. If you want to be really aggressive and you see this bounce, you get a higher low. It's off this level of resistance, or excuse me, support. I put resistance there. But it's off this level of support. That's super aggressive though. However, if you draw your trend line by this point, you see this trend line holding, and you get a second entry long, but it's also a failed second entry short. So I like that, and it does end up you would if you are a swing trader, that'd be the low point of the day, so you could have rode it all the way up. But anyway, prices just keep going in this channel, and I think there's an entry on this. What is this? This is like a first entry. This is also a failed second entry short, and it's an engulfing bar, but this just looks congestive right here, which is why I didn't mark it. But it does bounce off the EMA, so people might have taken that. And then after the prices break this channel, they just went sideways for a little bit. Let me make this steeper. And let's see, I didn't see anything here. Let's see, we get this low. Yeah, prices just keep going up. So this is a strong upward move, but I don't see anything in here. Prices break that channel. They make two legs up. First leg up, second leg up before they reverse. So yeah, I did see the second entry long. Oh, this is actually a failed second entry short too, off these lows. First entry, second entry. So that's another reason to take this. And I didn't mark it aggressive because we didn't have this green channel, this larger green channel drawn yet. So you don't know. And this is a long way from the overnight highs. What is this? This is about 15 points from the overnight highs. So that's where I thought, at this point, that's where I thought we were going. So you do get a scalp out of that if you take it. But then prices quickly reverse. And probably by about here you would have had this trend line drawn. So this move, I like this. I think this is, all this is a lower high. Let's see, first entry. Oh no, it's a failed second entry long. So maybe, I don't know, maybe this isn't really that aggressive after all, especially, well, I was going to say especially since it's off the midline of this larger green channel, but we don't have that drawn yet. At least I didn't. So I do like this entry. Failed second entry long off the trend line. And if you think that you're going back to the opening price, there's plenty of room to scalp out. This is a big move right here. What is that, 5 points maybe? And then prices get congestive here. You wouldn't have been able to take, well, this isn't the high of the swing, so you couldn't enter on that anyway. But even if it was on the high of the swing, I like these signal bars going back into congestion, but it just, you wouldn't have had the congestion drawn yet. By the way, look at this channel. Overshoot leads to a break. Perfect price action. We get a move to a new low right here, and with that move to a new low, you get a great engulfing bar, trapping anyone who went short beneath this. That's a great entry. I only marked that as aggressive because it's not a second entry or anything. But I don't know if I would. I just don't look at this as aggressive because that's a perfect signal bar. It's trapping these shorts. It's like a double bottom here as well. What is this? I think this is just a lower or a higher low. Yeah, it's like a third entry higher low. It's aggressive because this is congestive. You have this micro congestion right here. So it is aggressive, and I probably wouldn't take it. It's going into the top of this resistance. But you might, at this point, you might have this larger green channel drawn, and if you do, that makes this a little less aggressive. But this is definitely a trade that I would keep marked as aggressive. And then, yeah, so when prices move in this channel, you get a break. This is kind of some congestion here that I didn't mark. Oh, okay, we did get a measured move too. So measured this to the top of this leg and then put that right here. And that's a perfect measure move. Prices break that channel, make a new high though. And this is towards the, what is this? Oh wow, this is actually like prices were ranging in this area for about 3 hours, but you get plenty of entries here. So you get this failed second entry short from here. First entry, second entry, good signal bar off the EMA, off the bottom of, well, you wouldn't have had this level of support drawn yet, but it's off the EMA. You might have gotten nervous after this bar. Oh, you wouldn't have gotten filled until this bar. So that's something to think about. Okay, why do I like this trade? This is like a triple test, and you know, it traps all the people who had stops just above this level. So some trapped longs. That's why I like this. Triple test is can be looked at as like a double top as well. There's room back to the EMA. However, if you have this channel drawn by then, which you should have, maybe you would have been hesitant because of the midline. Not too sure. But anyway, after prices get rejected here and go down, you should have this level of support drawn. And I drew off of these lows right here. So rejection, you get this counter trend breakout. So yes, it's just the first entry, but it's a counter trend breakout with a great signal bar off of the trend line. So I really like that personally. And you get a big move out of that if you took it. Now here we have a second entry short, first entry, second entry off the level of resistance, fairly bearish signal bar, room back to the EMA to scalp out. And another great entry right here, great engulfing bar, beautiful bullish signal bar, back into congestion off the trend line, trapping all these shorts. And then just they're just trapping people left and right. You see this, people are going long above this. They trap those people. It's an engulfing bar, back into congestion, plenty of room to scalp out. I'm loving these entries. Another one right here, trap, engulfing bar. If you put your signal above this, it's not technically an engulfing bar. Off the trend line, off this level of support. And then we get this second entry long. First entry, second entry long, off the trend line, off the EMA. Take that. And that's all I saw after that. Well, that's actually after 12 o'clock. That's when we're supposed to be done trading. So we'll take one last look. Hope everyone had a good week. I'll be back next week.